Good morning, students. In the previous class, we discussed about the introduction of principles of photochemistry. In that introduction, we discussed about definition of photochemistry, examples of the photochemistry and photochemical reactions, and laws of photochemistry reactions. Photochemistry, most important laws or principles of photochemistry. Those are Grotthus Draper law and Stark-Einstein law of the photochemical equivalence. These are the two important laws we have already discussed in the previous class. So next we discussed about quantum field. So according to photochemistry second law, that is Stark-Einstein law, according to that law, one molecule is reacted by the absorption of the one quantum radiation energy. Means one molecule should be absorbed one quantum of energy. That is discovered by the Stark-Einstein. So according to Stark-Einstein law, one molecule or one mole or one product, whatever it is, it should be absorbed one quantum of radiation or one Einstein of radiation. So one molecule is equal to one quantum. So according to second law of the thermodynamics, quantum yield going to be one molecule by one quantum. So quantum yield obviously going to be 1. But in many of photochemical reactions, the quantum yield is not going to be equal to 1. Some photochemical reactions have high number of quantum yields. Some quantum yield of the photochemical reactions are very low. Some are equal to 1. Some are less than 1. Some are greater than 1. So quantum yield is not going to be equal to unity for the all photochemical reactions because so these are the examples already we discussed. Some of the photochemical reactions quantum yield, so already we discussed in the previous steps. So here different reactions have different type of quantum yields. So for that different type of quantum yields, we have to discuss what is the reason behind that to obtain different type of quantum yield for different reactions. So to explain the various quantum yields for the photochemical reactions, here in every photochemical reaction is occurred in two processes. One is primary process, second is secondary process, means primary step and secondary step. It is occurred in every photochemical reactions. So in the first step of the primary process or primary step, by the absorption of the light radiation, the molecule is excited to excited state. Means that state the molecule is called as, in that state the molecule is called as activated molecule. So in the primary step, by the absorption of the light radiation, the molecule is going to be activated, means the molecule is going to be excited. So at that excited state, it may dissociate to atoms or free radicals, or it may be involved in the process of fluorescence and phosphorescence, okay, by the loss of the absorbed energy. So when come to secondary process, in this process the excited activated molecule or free radicals may initiate the series of chemical reactions, may initiate the series of chemical reactions. Means, for example, if in the first process, if activated molecule dissociated into free radicals, these free radicals in the second process, they are going to be initiate the series of chain reactions. This type of reactions to get the higher yield, higher quantum yield, they get higher quantum yield numbers. So, for example, some molecule they may deactivate it. In the first step they are activated, but at some time they say they are deactivated. Sometime some molecules may do like that. So when they deactivated for that reactions, obviously the quantum yield is very low value. In another case, for example, some activated molecules are collision with another non-excited molecules. Means some molecules are non-excited in the ground state. The ground state, the excited or activated molecule may collision with non-activated or non-excited molecules. So this leads to again low quantum yield. So some activated molecules recombine to form the original molecules. So some activated molecules, they are recombined with the original molecules to form the original molecules. So this is also leads to low quantum yield. So these are the reasons for different quantum yields for the different reactions. So when they initiate the series of chain reactions in the secondary process, those reactions will get the highest quantum yield. Okay, right. So these are the reasons behind for different type of quantum yields in the photochemical reactions. So next, consequences of light absorption. According to Grothus-Draper law and Stark-Einstein law, by the absorption of the light radiations, the molecule are going to be excited. At excited state, the molecule is called as activated molecule. This molecule after some time, by the loss of absorbed energy, re-emitting of light radiation, it comes to, or it returns to ground state. This is one process. Another type of process, when excited molecule or activated molecule is decrease in intensity of the incident radiation. It is also one type of photochemical reactions. In the excited state, the activated molecule returns to the ground state with emission of heat. This is one type of process. So, by the absorption of the light radiation of the molecule, maybe re-emitted the light, maybe re-emitted the heat, maybe decrease the incident radiation when it returns to the ground state. So these all are the process may be possible in the absorption of the light irradiation of activated molecules. So this phenomena is going to be discussed, all phenomena is going to be discussed through Jablonski diagram. So with help of the Jablonski diagram, we can explain the consequences of light absorption by the molecule. We can easily explain. So before going to the Jablonski diagram, some terminology you have to know it. So some terminology, that one of the most important terminology is spin multiplicity. Spin multiplicity principle is spin multiplicity is equal to 2s plus 1. Here s means spin. spin of the electron. So in every electron has two types of spin: anti-clockwise spin or clockwise spin, plus 1 by 2 or minus 1 by 2. So two types of spin is exhibited by the every electron. So in spin multiplicity, you have to discuss what is singlet state, what is triplet state, what is singlet molecule, what is triplet molecules. This type of terminology we are going to discuss in this spin multiplicity terminology. So first, casually in the ground state, molecules in their orbitals, the electrons are paired or they may be unpaired. Paired means the electrons in the orbitals, they have the parallel direction of the spin. They may have anti-parallel direction of the spin. So for example, let us say some molecule in the ground state with singlet, singlet molecules means the molecules which have an even number of paired electrons, even number of paired electrons, called as singlet molecules or singlet state molecules in the ground state. For example, when they are even number paired, the spin even number paired means they are one electron is clockwise, another one is anti-clockwise, or one electron is up direction, another electron is down direction. Means total spin will going to be cancelled. Cancelled means S is equal to 0. S is equal to 0 means the spin multiplicity is going to be 1. That is singlet state. Then go for the triplet state. The molecules which have odd number of electrons, they have odd number means 1 electron, 3 electrons, 5 electrons. So if it is as 1 electron, it oriented only one direction. If it is 2 electrons unpaired, so their direction will be, one is upward, another one is also upward, or one is downward, another one is also downward. So the orientation will be same side for the odd electrons. So then what about the spin multiplicity? Spin multiplicity is equal to S plus 1. S here is going to be for upward one direction plus 1 by 2, for another direction plus 1 by 2, plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is going to, S is equal to 1. Then spin multiplicity 2S, S is equal to 1, 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, spin is 3. So the spin multiplicity is going to be 3. 3 means it is triplet state. So if the ground state, if the molecule has the odd number of unpaired electrons, they are going to be exhibit the triplet state. They are going to be called as a triplet state molecules. They are going to be called as triplet state molecules. So when paired electrons, if the molecules have, they are going to be exhibit the singlet state. If they are unpaired electrons possessed by the molecule, they are going to be exhibit the triplet state. Next, this is the Jablonski diagram. Through Jablonski diagram, we have to explain the consequences of light absorption by the molecule. So by the absorption of the light radiation by the molecule, this is going to be excited to different type of excited state. If the molecule in the ground state is singlet, by the absorption of the light radiation, it is going to be excited to singlet excited state, S1. Here singlet excited state, S2, just like the singlet excited S3, just like that. So in the ground state, if the molecules have the paired electrons, they are going to be singlet. And by the absorption of the light radiation, they may go to the excited to the singlet excited state. They are called singlet excited state. These are the singlet excited state we are going to be called. Okay, next. For example, if the molecules have triplet, state, they are going to be excited into triplet excited states. They are going to be excited to triplet excited states. So here ground state, singlet excited state and triplet excited state. You know the terminology ground state. In the ground state, the molecules may in singlet state or they may not in singlet state, they may in triplet state. By the absorption of the light radiation, they are excited to singlet excited state and triplet excited state. So generally singlet excited state has more energy compared to the triplet excited states. So each singlet excited state has corresponding triplet excited state. Here S1 is the singlet excited state, corresponding to that here T1 is the triplet excited state T1. Okay, so by the absorption of the light radiations, the activated molecule participated in two types of transitions. That is types of processes of activated molecule. So after absorption of the light radiation, the molecule going to be activated. This activated molecule is participated or involved in two types of transitions. One is non-radiative transitions. Another one is radiative transitions. Non-radiative transitions are again two types: internal conversion, IC. Second one is intersystem crossing, ISC. Internal conversion, intersystem crossing. These are the non-radiative transitions. Next, radiative transitions, fluorescence, and second one is phosphorescence. So when the activated molecule, if it is participated in non-radiative transitions, it returns to the ground state with emission of heat, not light. When come to radiative transitions, when the activated molecule returns to the ground state, it emits the light. So those type of transitions called as fluorescence and phosphorescence. Okay, right. Next, third one is chemical reactions. If non-radiative transitions or radiative transitions are absent, then the activated molecule leads to chemical reactions. So next, first we have to discuss about non-radiative transitions. The non-radiative transitions, one is internal conversion, another one is intersystem crossing. First let us discuss about internal conversion. So this type of transitions involve the return of activated molecule from